Hello, this is Bear at our tiny homestead. How you doing? I decided to do a new thing for the year. This is early January, and I'm gonna try to drop some weight, and I'm gonna film for the year and see what happens. Well, getting old is good. Being decrepit sucks. There you go. By teaching you, I'm focusing on getting my stuff together and not looking like a fool, in 6 months looking the exact same, not being able to do anything. I want to be able to show improvement. Basically, because I need to get my butt in shape. My main goal is to get in shape. I'm looking to drop about 40 pounds this year, and I'm hoping to get off my diabetic medicine. And also getting rid of the Dunlap's disease. I Dunlapped over my belt. So, if you think about it, old things are come into two categories. There's junk, which is ruined, due to age or neglect, and then there's antiques, which are considered valuable, even though they're really old. Very useful. They're good to go. So I want to be an antique instead of being a piece of junk when I get older. Something that kind of stuck with me about getting older and stuff. I don't know if you know who Cheech and Chong are, but Tommy Chong was talking to Joe Rogan one time on his podcast, and he said, "Dang, man, it's like late fourth quarter and there's no overtime." That stuck with me. You know, as the older you get, the more that fourth quarter's coming up, and I don't want my fourth quarter to start until I'm like 75. I want to be in the third quarter instead of being like right now. I want to be in the third quarter instead of late fourth quarter. I don't want to make it last as long as possible. People are going to say, "Hey, Bear, you're not exactly petite and you're not exactly buff. Why should we listen to you?" Well, I have lost over 1,000 pounds in the last 20 years. Problem is, I gained back around 900. Another question, Bear, why the shirt? Well, in the 90s, I bought this shirt. In the 90s, that's what I looked like. He's more than pleasantly plump. That was me around 400 pounds. Serious Dunlap's disease. Serious over the belt. If you need another view, there I am, front view, around 400 pounds. I had dropped weight, and I got down to 300 pounds. My 300 pounds is basically my barrier. I'm hoping to get below that. But that's how I looked. I think that looks better. This is what it looks like now. And I'm hoping this shirt looks better when I get done this year. I'm guessing some of you are saying, "Bear, why should we trust you?" Well, the first reason is that I'm not trying to sell you anything. I got no products. What I'm doing is I'm giving you tools that I have used in the past that's worked for me. I'm also going to tell you of some pitfalls that pretty much screwed me over. You get to decide whether I'm full of bull cookies or I make sense. None of this that I have thought up is original. It's all from different places. It's just my experience. And I am going to share with you. Well, I think that's enough intro. Let's get on to the meat of the video. 3 things that I want to talk about on almost every video. There's going to be head games, going to be your input, going to be your output. First is head games, because head games can be your best friend or your worst enemy. To put it simply, if you want it in a soundbite, the head games are you're either going to make excuses to fail or you're going to have reasons to succeed. It's that simple. And I'm going to do the top 3 head games in this video. There'll be more head games later on. The top 3 head games are the scale, the gym, and emotional support. Okay? Those are the top 3. One of the biggest head games is the scale. The scale is just a tool to gauge how well you're doing. People go nuts about not losing a pound this week or not losing 2 pounds this week. Don't let it get in your head. Sometimes the scale lies. An overshare moment. One day I weighed myself in the morning and I weighed X. Like 10, 15 minutes later, after a big dump, that's the oversharing part, I weighed myself again. I gained 2 pounds. That ain't right. So, like I said, the scale lies. Something better to use as measuring is, are you getting faster? Are you getting stronger? Do your clothes fit better? If I haven't lost any weight in a couple of weeks, but I'm stronger in my workouts, that's a win. If I haven't lost any weight for 3 or 4 weeks, but I'm a lot faster when I walk, or I've gotten into jogging, or I can run, that's the win. That's a better win than the weight. That's my advice for the beginner. Don't let the numbers mess with your head. Second excuse people use for not losing weight or getting in shape is, I don't have a gym to go to. I don't have any place to work out. Bull cookies. If you have room to walk in your house, and if you have like items in your house you can lift, you can work out, and you can walk right, you can drop weight, and you can get better. It's as simple as that. This is my pro gym part. Gyms, if you can afford them, if you can get to them in a reasonable amount of time so that that's not going to get you to stop or go, they're a great thing. A gym is helpful. A gym will have more weights and more tools for you to use to lose weight and get in shape. But you don't need it. Also in the gym, there's a possibility of people showing you how to work the equipment. Don't be afraid to ask. There's a guy on YouTube called Joey Swole. Yes, Swole. The boy is huge. The boy is scary looking. The boy is also a sweetheart. When you go to a gym, you're going into his home, and he is going to treat you like an honored guest or a brother and sister. His main thing is mind your own business, which basically means boys and girls at the gym, don't be buttheads. Don't tease. The gym is a place where people can get fit together. That's one of the reasons why I like the guy. He's basically a scary looking sweetheart. Gyms are helpful, but you don't need them. If you can walk 4 or 5 steps, you can put on some music and do this for an hour or a half hour, or you can get creative and do some other calisthenics, which I'll talk about later. Okay? That's all you need to do. If that gets boring, go down to the floor and get back up. Do that 5 or 10 times. That'll start the heart going. Okay? My research at home is I've done martial arts, I've played football, I've done weightlifting. Now I've got my house and I'm going to figure out a way to make it work for me. So, and I've also found out that for me, I'll go to a gym for 3 months and then I'll be done. And I'll be locked into a contract to pay for a year or whatever. And I'm paying for a lot of time that I'm not using it. So that's one of the reasons why I like to work out at home. If you want to work out at home, fantastic. If you want to go to the gym, fantastic. If it's like, oh, no gym, no workouts, that's an excuse because I'm showing you stuff to do at home. Starting head games part 3 is getting emotional support. For a really good friend of mine, she goes to OE, it's Overeaters Anonymous. With that one, it's online, so you don't have to go anywhere nowadays. It gives you the support, it gives you accountability, and it gives you ideas on what other people are going through, so that way you know you're not alone. Something I recommend. I don't do it because I'm more used to being on my own, and I'm used to working out on my own. If you have people that'll support you, great. If you have people that tear you down, don't listen to them. You know, you can politely say, hey, you can try to build me up instead of tear me down. I would appreciate that. Or you can tell them, if you're me, you can just tell them, up yours, I'm going to do what I need to do. Or somewhere in between, whichever works best for you. You be you. You do you. You're going to make yourself better. Those are the 3 head games. And now for input. There's 2 types of input. There's the mental, emotional input, and then there's food. The mental and emotional stuff is what people say affects you. So do you want to surround yourself with people who are going to help you? Or do you want to surround yourself with people that are going to hurt you? What makes more sense? Also, for input, people get paid millions of dollars to influence you through advertising. There are things you need. There are things you don't. Advertising's job is to get you to buy more of their crap, whether it's good for you or not. So just beware. For input for food, you can eat 1,000 calories a lot faster than you can burn it off. That's just simple science and fact. Show you the easiest trick to help reduce your input is portion control. And for portion control, the best room to show you that is in the kitchen. So be there in a minute. Okay, welcome to the kitchen. When I started, I counted calories, and it takes a while to learn how to do that. One of the easiest ways to reduce your calorie input is reduce your portion size. You can still eat the stuff that you like, just eat a little bit less of it. Small steps will lead to big changes. This is my normal plate. This is the plate I use now. This is the bowl I use now. This is when my weight was going up. This is my water glass. If I feel like having fruit juice or soda or whatever, there's a smaller glass, less volume, less calories. Reducing calories without having to count. Say we have stew, soup, or something big that you can't really measure. And, if you fill this full, it's a lot more than what you think it is. We just measure by the cup. Scoop whatever you have. That's 1 cup. Scoop whatever you have. There's 2 cups. And now you know how much you're actually eating, and you can keep track of that instead of just like glopping it in. So, other portioning tricks. Reducing portions don't have to be horrible. They just got to be smaller. For me, I used to eat a large pizza with 4 toppings and a 2-liter of soda. Now I don't drink the soda anymore, and I split a store-bought pizza with my wife. So that's a lot less calories. That'll help drop the weight. Another thing is that instead of drinking the 2-liter of soda with the pizza, drink a 1-liter. Drink a 20-ounce bottle. For another thing for portioning is I used to eat a lot of ice cream. Now I don't. Instead of ordering by the half gallon and eating that in one day, I only buy it by the pint, if I do buy any. Hopefully this helps you out. Portion control is a good thing. It's a good first step to get you to reduce what's coming in, and it also gets you to pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to what you eat. Track it. Reduce it. It'll work. On to the next step. Why is output last? There's only 3 things and something had to be last. That's it. Output for me is having strength, having stamina, having flexibility. There's mental strength, which is like doing puzzles and stuff, but that health is for another day. If you don't use it, you lose it. Very true. If you're just starting, getting the action going is, your main thing. You can walk a lot and you think, walking is kind of boring, more endurance. You can do this. You can go sideways. You can high step. Get more flexible in your legs. You can, while you're walking, throw punches and stuff. Hey, look at me. I'm a big fat Muhammad Ali. Well, okay, don't talk to yourself like that. But, hey. It's like with any output, the more you do, the more you can do. If your car breaks down and you have to walk for 5 miles or 10 miles, could you do it? That's going to be one of my goals. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to walk 10 miles if I absolutely have to. Maybe 15. Hopefully without feeling like crap. Get doing so you can do more. That's the basics for upping endurance. Basics for strength. If you haven't ever been to a gym or you haven't seen the workouts or whatever, this is 1 rep. Okay? If you do more than 1, so you can do 2, 3, or whatever, you're doing a set. Usually what I'd want to do is 3 sets of 10 if you're starting out light. For your first 2 weeks of lifting, go light and go every other day. When you get heavier, your muscles break down and then build back up. That's how the guys get the bulk and they get stronger. As you're tearing your muscles down and they're building back up by eating the protein and the carbs and stuff. I'll get into that some other time. When I played football, I knew that I could lift X amount. I got a thing from the coach saying, hey, here's a workout. You work out at 60% or 70% of your strength, and it'll build you back up. here's all the exercises and stuff. So I did that. 60 or 70% strength. I hadn't left it for 6 months. I did pretty good that day. The next day, I woke up like this. My arms would not straighten or bend by themselves. I had to shampoo like this. Very bad. I don't want that to happen to you. That's why you start slow. What is it? No strain, no gain. But if you have no pain, you got no brain. So use your brain, stay away from the pain. Just work with the strain. It works. My exercises that I'm going to do are pretty simple. I want to be able to get up out of a chair easily. So if I got to do this, that's getting out of the chair, that's okay. But if you can do it without using your hands, that means you have more strength. You can build more strength in your legs. So what I would do is squats. This will strengthen your legs. This will strengthen your legs. This will help you get out of the chair. Okay. Here's how I'm going to work my upper body. For me, I'm the one that always has to move stuff around the house. Got boxes and stuff full of books. This is probably about like 25, 30 pounds. I know I need to put stuff up on a higher shelf. So, look. Bring it down. So on and so forth. Like I said, I don't have very much weight. So here's another one of my exercises that I'm going to do this month. I know I need to be able to lift stuff off the floor and put it up on things. And it's like, well, this is on the floor. So that goes there. Build some core. You can, you want to work upper body? You do that. Which I want to do, but I really don't like doing. But I'm going to do it anyways. It's getting up off the floor. So, there's the pad. Okay. Camera adjustment. Fuck. When I went to a gym, they said that not everybody can do this. So if you can get up off the ground 5 to 10 times in a row, you're doing pretty good. And that gets into strength. It gets into dexterity. If you're trying to do it fast, and get into stamina. So this is a really good exercise to start out with. Down, floor, up. Okay, down, floor, ouch, up. If you get really good, you can do that like 10 times in a row facing one direction and 10 times in a row facing the other direction, so you get used to using both sides. Once I get up to my good numbers, I'm going to try to get on the floor, off the floor, without using the bench. Nobody wants to be the person that's like, I've fallen and I can't get up. So I hope this video helps you. And like I said, I want to try to be an antique instead of a piece of junk. Because getting old's okay, and getting decrepit sucks. Just saying. See you next time. Now I gotta go edit this crap. Now I gotta go edit this.